everybody, and welcome to Red Wings Rant, where tirades and impassioned pleas for your Detroit Red Wings. They finally have a home. Guys, we did it. We got a solid defensive win. Shout out here first. Playing around with everybody in the Discord. Join the Discord if you guys have not done so yet. Shout out to Ketzel, who called it out. This is where this team defense that's being built, or I should say these 200-foot players that we are so highly sold on. But, none of us are really against it. But, we've been sold pretty hard. Like, this is what we're trying to build. You want to go into New York? Shut those suckers out? You got the team to do it. Holy crap. There's a few great things to take away from this. I'll be keeping an eye on my phone because I know our good brother Mike, he's not feeling great. So I let him know that I was just going to start the show. I'm not sure if he's going to join us, but it's okay because we're all in a good mood today. It's not like last week. It's not doom and gloom anymore because we don't have to like hang our hats on like any sort of like, hey, this is good for morale, No, we're walking away from this, and we saw a team, and we'll go into some of the stats here in a second here, but we saw a team that could absolutely 100% shut down the level of skill that New York is able to throw at us, if we want to call it that. So we'll go into those numbers, but yeah, this is it. This is hats off, right, to Alex Lyon, who we'll take a look at his stats in a second too. But yeah, this is we're feeling good. This is where all the arguments we made last year. And one of the main arguments was you can lose the expected goals for battle and still be a good hockey team. And the reason being is that, sure, you can give up a lot of shots, but it's where those shots are coming from, how you can limit the opportunity despite giving up a higher number. So we can roll through these right now. Let me update this real quick from Natural Stat Trick. So shot attempts, the Corsi 4 percentage, Islanders, 65% of the attempts on net. The expected goals for percentage, again, they're at 64.35%, right there at 65%. Expected goals for the Islanders, 1.42 for the Wingdings, 0.79. Of course, those 10 shots are what we're going to end up getting towards the net. Only one. The first one was the only one we needed. Patrick Kane netting one from Tarasenko. So yeah, that's what you're looking at, right? So those are the numbers. But this is the visual. Like this is what the Wings were able to do. And we've taken a look at these maps, and don't what we're taking a look at right now, podcast listeners. This is the shot chart. Don't look at the Red Wings attempts. There's nothing there. It's embarrassing. It's ugly. There's a couple of green blobs for the podcast listeners. It's bad on our side, but it's what the Red Wings were able to do against the Islanders today, where you can see a nice, clean, not too heavy of a shot count out in front of the net. You kind of kept him to the outside. You made sure that Alex Lyon could get his angles. That's where you could see the heaviest blast too, right? So Alex Lyon facing a guy from the top of the circle, facing a guy from inside of the circle. He's able to take away a ton of the net, able to keep those angles going, because we weren't seeing save, probably bad choice of words to say save, but save for a few major saves here or there. Alex Lyon was able to keep his form, able to keep his skates up against the post so that he could go from side to side, able to make those cross crease moves. He wasn't flopping around. There was, like I said, save for a couple of times that happened. Lyon was able to keep that butterfly up, keep himself straight up, and able to move from side to side in front of the net. That's huge. And it's what the Red Wings were able to do, not only from giving Lyon the opportunity to sort of set up where these rebounds were going to go, but the Red Wings today, and I think we saw it was Murph that was pointing it out during the game. Edvinsson definitely graduate to the for sure rest of the season, your first pair left side defenseman. My man had such a great game getting the puck out of the zone. But hey, this is a celebration game, right? I've got a headache right now. I'm up way too late. I was up way too early. I gotta check in with my boys. Casey, what's going on? Casey, shout out Lyon. Glad he got the start. Dennis Titek, great win. Dan A, let's go. Chewy thrown out there. Lyon has the roar. Honestly, Chewy nails it, right? I mean, right now in Detroit, the Lions are all thriving. Dan B, love me some 200-foot players. Blake, come on, man. We're celebrating here. Blake coming in with a not feeling that good, terrible hockey. Terrible offensive hockey. I'll give you that. There were like a couple of times. There's one in particular I'm thinking of in the third period where Larkin took a chance on the puck and it just looked like Raymond and DeBrincat were like, Dylan, this isn't what we're doing, man. So Larkin made an attempt to turn the puck over and get the puck ahead to Raymond and DeBrincat, but they were playing a game. It was cover the neutral zone, cover these defensive zone entries, just completely blanket the middle of the ice on the defensive side and give them nothing. And that was the focus today. And they nailed it. Blake, I love you, man. But this was some hard nose. Here's some hard nosed defense that we saw today. Now, like I said from the beginning, hats off to what was coached today on the defensive side. I think it looks bad on the numbers, but I think they executed on what this game plan was supposed to be. Just suffocate the Islanders. And you know what? The thing we barely touched on too, guys. What do we think? What do we think of Marco Kasper? Holy mackerel! On the penalty kill, this man is insane. This is exactly what we saw in the preseason, and he brought it tonight to the Islanders. They could not get anything set up. Great call out too by Murph. Close to the end of the third, where he basically is talking about how much confidence the coaching staff has in Kasper already, that there's 3 minutes to go. There's a power play for the Islanders, and they throw Kasper out there. Not to mention, we do have to toss in there too. We got some power play time tonight. So Kasper's really getting those key minutes right now. But back to the penalty kill. I mean, this team when they go up against I mean, we saw some pretty ugly hockey against the Rangers. Losing that game, whew, man, that the power play that the Rangers can put out there, that hurts, man. Those are rough. But Marco Kasper's the type of player, I think that's the type of thing we're looking for, that if we're going to play this hockey, that maybe we don't want the shot attempts to look this ugly every game, but if this is something where you kind of want to shut down on the defensive side, you have to have this type of suffocating penalty kill. And Kasper, having him on the bench, man, you get it. All right, let's keep rolling here. Oh, Blake, look at that. I stole your thunder, man. Kasper, the most dangerous line again. Nobody could get it going, and love it. Matt thrown out there. Wings look completely uninspired to be on the ice tonight. That was hard to watch. I do disagree. I think this was the game plan tonight. I think they, like everything that the Islanders had, where it was them coming into the zone, I think the Wings just shut them down. I think that's what the game plan was today. I think it was suffocate on the defensive side. Don't give up too much. I think they saw that they could really own the defensive zone. At one point in this game, it just kind of looked like they were just dumping the puck. like about, especially like in the third period there, like the Red Wings were not trying to score another goal. They were trying to win this game 1-0. So I don't know. I saw board battles. I saw winning the puck out in front of Alex Lyon. There were not a lot of great chances. I mean, high danger chances for the game for the Islanders. High danger chances for both teams, guys. Tied 2-2 tonight. 2-2. That's incredible, considering the Red Wings had 10 shots. High danger chances, 2-2. I'm just gonna say this. I know we've been ragging on Lyon. This was a scheme. This was a strategy tonight. Alex Lyon played amazing. I'm giving the nod tonight. I'm giving it. Oh man, you guys are gonna hate it. I'm giving it to the game plan. I'm giving it to the coaching tonight, man. They really came in with the game plan to shut this thing down. Jim, when was the last time the Wings had 10 shots on goal? Oof. Yeah, I don't know. Gavin, I might disagree with uninspired because I do think they played a very inspired game in the defensive zone, but that game was boring, was Gavin's comment. Okay, Gavin, I'm right there with you. This game, from an entertainment perspective, fucking blew. I hated this game. Jim thrown out there, Lyon was great. Jared, why did they keep shooting after Kane scored? Are they stupid? Yeah, it's 9 wasted shots. What a joke. Jared thrown out there, 1959, I believe. That was what they said during the broadcast. I think, yeah, to Jared, I think 1959 for their last win with 10 shots. Performance art. Okay, am I the only one who thinks that the cat is overpaid? And I think Kasper might be one of our best drafts with tons of upside yet to be shown. Yeah, there's just miles of potential there on Kasper. I'm not ready to write off DeBrincat, but I am seeing a guy who's getting overpowered a little bit. And yeah, like when you talk about a 200-foot team that can shut a team down like they just did on the Islanders side from like legit attempts, you got to be able to count on a guy like DeBrincat to create, just like Tarasenko and Kane did on like their one chance. So again, I don't know. I might be alone here. I'm starting to feel like there's still some anger and hostility here, but I really do think, guys, this turned into a game plan. Again, I think if you're looking at those high danger chances and there's only 2 that the Islanders got, that's it, man. That's what you were trying to do tonight, was limit those high danger chances. I don't know. Maybe I am alone here. I know it sucked that we only got 10 shots on net. That's not fun to watch, but I think this was the game plan. But that being said, performance art, your point, you're going to pay DeBrincat as much as he's getting paid. He should be able to create some offense on his own. Gavin thrown out there. It's not just you, to performance arts comment about DeBrincat. Henrik, good call out here. Simon with 24 minutes, 38 seconds. Played really good tonight. He did. Henrik, this was that game where I was like, I think you graduated. I think this is it. You got your first pair of left side defensemen tonight. So many great carries out of the zone that they were highlighting for him. Made a lot of great plays just to get the puck out of the zone, get the puck away from Alex Lyon, limiting those second chances. Again, a lot of the work that Edmondson was doing tonight and getting those 25 minutes, because him and Seider were doing the work out in front of the net to, again, and I'm pointing right now at Natural Stat Trick, which is highlighting just the two high danger chances all night. Danby, 3 wins, 2 by shutouts. Win's a win, my man. I don't know. I mean, what's the team you're going to be? I am just happy because this is something where before the season started, we were like, okay, you can start to become a particular team, especially with bringing in like Marco Kasper. I think there might be an opportunity for Marco Kasper to get some more time in the top 6. We'll have that conversation at a later date, but This is exactly what we wanted to see with Marco Kasper. I'm thrilled right now. I'm so happy because Marco came in and did exactly what we saw he could do in the preseason and made it look, I don't know, incredibly easy to stop the Islanders in their power play. It was great. This looked like a Red Wings power play from a couple years ago. This looked like a Red Wings power play from this year, but it was nice to be on the good guys' side, you know? Uh What else we got here? Jared agreeing with performance art on DeBrincat, not seeing any creativity from him. Again, yeah, I'm really worried about the size of the cat right now, and again, getting dominated as much as he does is kind of worrying me. Um, some of the same problems we've called out too, like some of the size on this team with like Bergeron as well. Like that's where I think I want to see Kasper, especially if he's gonna play his cojones off shorthanded like he does. I feel like he could earn some top six time. Um, but yeah, on a night like tonight, it's not like there's anything in the top six where you're like, well, you can't take this out of the top six. You know, I mean, you try something, right? Um, Gavin, what's your level of concern that Raymond has 0 goals on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd love to get everybody's answer on this one, but I'm my level of concern is like a 2 right now. Like, and it's at a 2 because if this goes another week, that's a problem. I still feel like we're early enough in the season. There's so much time that things could get turned around. But it's not a 0 because I feel like one more week and this goes from a 2 to like an 8, you know? Casey, worst offense I've ever seen. Can't argue there. The offense was non-existent. Jared, that comp for Kane Tarasenko line has to be the slowest line in NHL history. Yeah, it's rough. And I think this would be where I'd be eyeballing maybe a change for Kasper. Crimson, bro, that map is ungodly concerning. I love that. I still, you know, I gotta say the important part about this map is on the defensive side. Yeah, Alex Lyon has to worry about making angles on 2 sides of the net. He's got a lot of space out front, and there weren't a lot of second chances coming right in front of the net. That's that's the part you gotta focus on. It was just a good job to stop this team. You know, Jim throws out here, Isles are not a great offensive team. I did not see a great offensive output tonight from the Islanders. I saw again, we can count it by the analytics. We can count it by how many second chances they got. I think again, I'm gonna push back. I think this was the game plan today. It was shut down the Islanders, who do not have a ton of skill, and you can ah oh man, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but my camera's gone. Um, let me let me check and make sure that somebody message, is the audio still working? My camera's just dead. I gotta buy a new one. All right. Casey says we hear you. Thanks, guys. All right. So this is now it's a podcast for the rest of the show. Um, so let's talk about Alex Lyon. What he did add tonight was another on the expected goals for side, another 1.42 for goals saved above expected here. So Alex Lyon's going to jump up this list a little bit, which is it's pretty fun because when you break down this list by total goals saved above expected, and having Alex Lyon in the top 10 across the NHL, and again, this is all goaltenders measured on goals saved above expected. This was before tonight. He was number 8. So this is fun. But when you could actually go take this a step further and look at his goals saved above expected per 60. And Alex Lyon's actually going to end up being number 3 on this list. 1.77 goals saved above expected per 60. Of course, played another 60 minutes tonight. Like we mentioned, he'll be adding 1.42 to that total on the 5-on-5 side. But yeah, this is This is turning into a nice, easy formula here. If you're asking yourself, what are we going to be doing with our starting goaltenders? It's either an easy question to be answered on the side of who is our starter, or it's an easy question for what we saw pop up a little bit today. I think from one of our YouTube counterparts. Oh shoot, you guys help. Is it Lego Rocks put out the trading with the Avalanche, sending over Alex Lyon? Um, hey, if you are not a believer in this season, you definitely have to start considering it because my man's playing his nuts off, and it's exactly what a team like the Avalanche are looking for right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is very similar to what we saw Alex Lyon start to do about mid-November, early mid-November last year, and then yeah, and then sort of just turn it on for a couple of months there, and really turned in, like he's turning in right now, like a top 10 goaltender performance. You couldn't you couldn't do tonight on a 1-0 win without Alex Lyon playing his nuts off. I still say it's the game plan. It was what the strategy was tonight is going to get you there. But Cam Talbot's not doing this. Certainly, Ville Husso, who we saw, is just loves giving puck. Just slide to the left, whatever. Just right past his leg while he's standing straight up, whatever. No biggie. Just a goaltender. Oh gosh, I have to check my DMs on Discord. Uh oh, see, Jared, I do need the help, but I can't figure that out right now. we're just gonna have to roll like this. Um, Sammy coming in hot. What did we just watch? 10 shots, Jesus. Still, let's celebrate the defensive side, Sammy. Come on, man. We gotta. Now Ketzel throws out there, ship Husso to Colorado. I You gotta what are we doing? We're crossing our fingers then. Which obviously that's who I'd want to ship first, but you're probably crossing your fingers that the AHL shutouts continue. And can you cross your fingers on that? Is that gonna be effective? I don't know. Maybe not. But I'm trying to unplug and replug in my camera here, but this might be a little bit shorter than I thought this episode was going to be. But maybe there's that possibility. Maybe if they get that desperate, but I just, I don't know. I could not believe right now that Colorado would give anything to us worthwhile. That would just be us, trying to get rid of the contract, which do we even really need to this year? I don't know. Jared, ship Gus to the moon. Ketzel, retain, toss a pick for Gerard. Yeah, I'd be all about it, Ketzel. I'd love to do it. I would just be worried about Colorado actually wanting to say yes and not just, hanging around and waiting, Dan B, I like this idea. Trade Lyon, bring up Kosa. Why not? So let's get her done, man. No, you're gonna get the better return, obviously, for Alex Lyon. Like if that's where the conversation went. But I also, Alex Lyon's contract is up, so you're gonna with this performance this year, let's say, what's the scenario, right? This continues for a full year. Now you've got to pay Alex Lyon next year. You've got Cam Talbot getting paid next year as well. If the possibility came up, and this goes to all y'all and Ketzel, if the possibility came up that you could bring in a piece that was going to be on this team for more than just this season, I mean, are you going to consider Alex Lyon as movable? I would. Like this could be one of those things where you get off to this hot start with Alex Lyon, And you could bring in something that maybe isn't going to help us win a cup this year, but could be helping us fill out our 6 defensemen. You know, there's some opportunities there. Klopsauce isn't Huso on the last year of his deal. Yeah, and there's no rush to get rid of that contract. Like, he'll be gone. I don't need to move him to like get rid of the contract. So I don't think anybody wants him is the problem. So I think he's here for the extent, unless he gets another trip back with Detroit and would have to run off a couple of shutouts right at the trade deadline, you know? All right, guys, this is weird. I think we'll go over what else do I have for slides? They're all negative. All right. Well, tonight was positive. As much as we hate this map that shows the Red Wings not getting any shots off in their own zone, this is still a great night for us and our defense. And it was a great night for Marco Kasper fans, for the guys that were shouting in the preseason, please give Marco Kasper a chance. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up here, especially since things aren't working on my side. Jared, I think it's finally time. I think I've got to recruit some help, but no, I see your comment here. Unplug the camera and plug it back in. It's not working, my man. I gave it a shot, but I'll hit you up after this. Maybe we'll have something to help this show go a little bit more smooth. But guys, thanks for coming aboard. Go Wings. I still say celebrate this one. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is what your Detroit Red Wings are supposed to look like with our 12 200-foot forwards. So we nailed it. Locked it down. We'll get this camera fixed for next week. Mike will be back next week. Next week's not Halloween, right? No, we'll be good. All right. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. We'll have a couple more wins under our belt. We'll be celebrating some more. Alex Lyon will have 6 shutouts. This will be fun. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.